Welcome to the We Are PPS podcast, where we sit down and talk with the staff, students, and community partners working to make Pittsburgh Public Schools one of America's premier school districts, student-focused, well-managed, and innovative. I'm your host, Ebony Pugh, and I have the pleasure of sitting down today with Ebony Latham, our project manager for the Magnet office, to help us walk through the Magnet registration process for the 2023-2024 school year. Hi, Ebony. So glad to have you here today.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So one thing, not to confuse everyone, not only do we have the same name, but our birthdays are one day apart. But Ebony's younger than me. We're not going to get into the age difference.
And our birthdays are coming up.
And they're coming up next week. That's right. Scorpio's in the house.
Yes.
So, Ebony.
Yes.
What do we mean when we refer to a school or program as a magnet?
So within Pittsburgh Public Schools, we have schools that are zoned to specific addresses. Magnet programs are not neighborhood specific. They are not address specific. And they are also geared towards students being able to take advantage of special interests or talents. So they're theme-based programs as well.
Okay. And so this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., the district's Magnet Fair will be held in person. It's coming back in person at Pittsburgh Obama. What can families expect at the Magnet Fair?
So what they can expect is more like a resource fair. So it's a way for families to come out and take advantage and speak to school-based staff about all of the offerings and options that we have in Pittsburgh Public Schools. It'll be set up almost for families who are familiar with like a college fair. So there will be representatives. Some schools bring parents, some schools bring students, and it'll be representatives to be able to talk to families about what the highlights of their program, what their programs have to offer, to answer important questions like, do you have before and after school care? What is your uniform guide? Things like that.
So families, a lot of information you can gain, and you can meet with a number of school leaders at the Magnet Fair. And again, that's this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Pittsburgh Obama. Now, if a family can't attend the Magnet Fair, how can they learn more about the district's various options?
So they can definitely visit our district website, www.pghschools.org/magnet, where we will actually reach out to our magnet leaders. They will share with us when they have prospective family events. Some are set up like tours, some are on an as requested basis, some are just prospective student nights where they can come out and share information about their schools, and parents can get an opportunity to see the school and tour it as well.
When can families apply for a Magnet program, and what do they need to apply?
So, beginning on November 1st, 2022, that Magnet application will open for the 23-24 school year. For a student who currently is a Pittsburgh Public School student, meaning they attend one of our Pittsburgh Public Schools, it is a very simple process. Parents use their Home Access Center username and password, log into the Home Access Center portal, and they can navigate right to the application. For a family who's brand new to the district, meaning they attend one of our city private charter parochial programs, a new kindergarten student that'll be a kindergarten student for the 23-24 school year, or if it is a family that's brand new to Pittsburgh, they will go through what's called our pre-registration process, where they have to actually enroll/pre-register for the district, and then they can navigate into the application. To pre-register, they would need the 4 in the door, which is a birth certificate, immunization record, and 2 proofs of residency to be able to get pre-registered at the Pittsburgh Public Schools.
Right, and so families, just to reiterate that, if you're not in the district, you must enroll, and while you are enrolling into your neighborhood, it's understood that you're applying for a Magnet program.
Absolutely, which is why we definitely consider it called pre-registration. Mm-hmm. A lot of families get worried and confused and think that it's going to disrupt where they are now. No, we are simply pre-registering you for the 23-24 school year to be able to navigate to the application.
And Pittsburgh Kappa 6 to 12 is a creative and performing arts magnet school. What do families need to know about the application process for Pittsburgh Kappa?
So the application for Pittsburgh Kappa does look slightly different in the sense that there are more requirements that come along with the application. For families who apply to Kappa, you can select up to 2 art forms. So if your child is gifted in the vocal area but also a dancer, they can audition for 2 art forms. With that application, they would need a letter of recommendation, which is really simple, and can be electronically submitted. They also need a guidance authorization from their current school guidance counselor. And then they would do some essays to speak to their skill level in their particular art forms.
We encourage families interested in Kappa to attend the school's recruitment open house on Saturday, October 29th. Prospective students can tour the school, learn how to apply, and get more clarity on the application and audition process. The application deadline for the Magnet Lottery and Pittsburgh Kappa auditions is Friday, December 9th at 5 p.m. What is the Magnet Lottery, and what is the advantage to applying in time for the lottery?
You absolutely want to apply in time for the lottery so you get an equal opportunity at those programs. Any application received after December 9th at 5 p.m. will go into what's called our post-lottery phase. And so those applications are received and processed on a first-come, first-served basis. So, for example, if a program fails through the lottery, you're being added to the waiting list in the post-lottery phase. If a program does have spaces available, you're going to be added to those programs on a first-come, first-served basis. So we encourage families that are interested in a magnet to definitely apply before December 9th. At 5 p.m.
And how do magnet preference and lottery weights come into play during the magnet application process?
It's good that you asked that question because, again, it speaks to the first question you asked about the lottery deadline. So there are preferences. So, for example, students that are applying to K-5 elementary school and they have a sibling in the building of that K-5 elementary school, the year that younger child will be attending, they will get what's called sibling preference. So when you apply for the magnet, you would simply put that sibling's name on the application, and it would grant that student, that younger student, or that sibling in this situation, sibling preference in the program. If you apply after the December 9th, after the December 9th, 5 p.m. deadline, there will be no more like sibling preference, for example. We also have things called program continuation. So, for example, an 8th grader at Obama applying for 9th grade at Obama will get program continuation if they apply before the deadline, selected as their first choice, they will get program continuation. Those things go away after the lottery. So we no longer look at weights, we don't look at preference, we don't look at program continuation after the lottery. It is simply first come, first serve.
Oh yeah, that's a really good call out. So students who are in like a 6 to 12 at the 8th grade need to know they need to apply for the 9th grade?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, Ebony, because what happens in our lottery system is that there are some programs that function one way and there are programs that function another. So in our program like Science and Technology Academy, which is a 612, students do not have to reapply from 8th grade to 9th. At Obama, students have to reapply for 8th grade into 9th, and there are eligibility criteria for that 9th grade program. At Kappa, there's an in-house jury review that happens in 7th grade that identifies students who have to either re-audition for 8th grade going into 9th grade or are automatically granted continuation into their high school program.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes, definitely.
And that brings me back to the next question. Are there expectations for students to remain in magnet programs?
Yes, there are expectations for students to remain. So at the elementary level, K through 5, students are expected to maintain 90% attendance rate. For students that in the middle school, 6 through 8, they are expected to have that attendance rate, but also not to receive more than one 4 to 10 day suspension or 6 consecutive suspensions. In the high school, 9 through 12, those two requirements are needed, but then also we factor in GPA. So students must maintain a minimum 2.0 GPA in order to continue in that high school magnet program as well.
All right, so that's a lot of information. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. That concludes this episode of We Are PPS. We know there may be more questions about the lottery process. Prospective families may always reach out to a school, submit a Let's Talk ticket, or visit the district's website at www.pghschools.org/magnet for more information. Thank you for joining us, Ebony. On our next episode, we will discuss social emotional learning with teacher on special assignment, Megan Bova Funk. We look forward to talking to everyone then.